Who wants to learn about the muscles in the butt? So, everyone knows the gluteus maximus. I'd be shocked if you don't. It originates at the sacrum, the ilium, the thoracolumbar fascia, and the sacrotuberous ligament. It inserts at the upper fibers. It inserts the upper fibers at the iliotibial tract, and the lower fibers insert at the gluteal tuberosity. Innervation is caused by the inferior gluteal nerve coming from L5 to S2, and the actions caused. The entire muscle extends and externally rotates the hip in sagittal and coronal planes. The upper fibers cause abduction, and the lower fibers cause adduction. The gluteus medius. It originates at the ilium, the gluteal surface below the iliac crest between the anterior and posterior gluteal line. It inserts at the greater trochanter of the femur, the lateral surface. Innervation is caused by the superior gluteal nerve coming from L4 to S1. The innervation is caused by the superior gluteal nerve from L4 to S1. Did I just say that? I just said that twice. It's fine. It's because my phone's blowing up. And the actions caused are first that the entire muscle abducts the hip and stabilizes the pelvis in the coronal plane. The anterior part flexes and internally rotates, and their posterior part causes extension and externally rotates. Now it's time for gluteus minimus. It originates from the ilium, the gluteal surface below the origin of gluteus medius. It inserts at the greater trochanter of the femur, the anterolateral surface, and the innervation is caused by the superior gluteal nerve coming from L4 to S1. The actions caused are the entire muscles abducts the hip, stabilizes the pelvis in the coronal plane. The anterior part it causes flexion and internal rotation, and the posterior part causes extension and external rotation. Then we have the tensor of fascia latae. We love tensor fascia latae. I'll order that from Starbucks next time. So it originates at the anterior superior iliac spine, inserts at the iliotibial tract, innervates caused by the superior gluteal nerve, L4 to S1, and the actions are it tenses the fascia lata, the hip joint, abduction, flexion, and internal rotation. Then the piriformis. Every PT worker knows the piriformis so well. Piriformis stretch, baby. It's a very, very small muscle in your butt. Very small. It originates at the pelvic surface of the sacrum. It inserts at the apex of the greater trochanter of the femur. The innervation is caused by the direct branches from the sacral plexus from C1 to C2. And the actions caused are external rotation, abduction, and extension of the hip joint. And it stabilizes the hip joint. I don't even remember this one. Obturator internus. Obturator internus. It originates from the inner surface of the obturator membrane and its bony boundaries. It inserts at the medial surface of the greater trochanter. The innervation is caused by the direct branches from the sacral plexus, L5 and S1. And the actions caused are external rotation, adduction, and extension of the hip joint. It's also active in abduction and deepening of the joint's position. Deepening on the joint's position. Gemelli. I don't know how to say that one because, again, I don't even remember learning about this one ever. The originates. The galemus superior comes from the ischial spine, and the galemus inferior comes from the ischial tuberosity. It inserts jointly with obturator internus tendon, medial surface of the greater trochanter. Innervation is caused by the direct branches from the sacral plexus, L5 and S1. And the actions are external rotation, adduction, and extension of the hip joint. It's also active in abduction and the deepening of the joint's position. And then the final one of the gluteal region is the quadratus femoris, which originates at the lateral border of the ischial tuberosity, inserts at the intertrochanteric crest of the femur. Innervation is caused by direct branches from the sacral plexus, L5 and S1, and the actions are external rotation and adduction of the hip joint. And then that is the end of the gluteal region. Wahoo!